Hi, this is Mason Parker. Welcome to my game called the Timekeeper Mesopotamia. This is the first game in a series based on ancient civilizations. The first step in facilitating this game is reading this to your students. It's a news report about Dr. Klaus Drovic, who's the main character in this breakout game. It also identifies that he has multiple personalities, which is key in this game. The next step, the students will read this note found in Dr. Drovic's mansion. The note is written in two different fonts. As you can see, this first font is written from the perspective of the timekeeper, his evil half, and then the font switches to a normal font, which represents Dr. Drovic speaking, and then the font switches finally to the timekeeper finishing the note. Ahead of time, you've set the different locks to these combinations. One of the first clues that the students might find is this one. It says, "The ancient laws will bear my name. No, the ancient laws must stay the same." Accompanying this note that the students will find, you will take these three different codes, which are Hammurabi's 8th, 6th, and 3rd code, and that you will cut the Hammurabi's codes into pieces, like puzzle pieces, and put the pieces into three different Ziploc bags. Put the Ziploc bags someplace in your classroom so that the students can identify that the bags are a meaningful three-digit number. The three-digit number will allow the students to open the lockbox. Inside the lockbox, the students will find a USB flash drive. The flash drive will be preloaded with this short riddle and with this URL. So the students will make the link between this riddle, which talks about a flood, and then also flood is mentioned in this website, which talks about Mesopotamian agriculture. So if the students try the combination FLOOD, flood, in the word lock, then that will open one lock. Then students will have their first lock off. The students will find these two notes talking about a ziggurat models that need to be constructed. The students will use their knowledge of volume to create with base 10 blocks, or just by using equations, they will solve the volume of the two ziggurat models. The combined amount of cube units needed for both models will open the 4-digit number lock, which is 0436, because it takes 436 cube units to construct both ziggurat models. The students will find this note in cuneiform, and they will realize that they need to translate the cuneiform. After they've translated the cuneiform, they'll have a list of directions. This isn't complete yet because there's going to be invisible ink circling the first two lines of cuneiform, as well as the bottom three lines of the cuneiform. That's important because the combination to the lock is left, left, right, right, down, which is the first two lines and the last three lines of the cuneiform. The students will find the blacklight flashlight for that previous clue near the clock. And they're also going to find this note and QR code taped or put near the clock in your classroom. This link is a QR code that takes the students to information about Mesopotamian mathematics. It's a really interesting website, but it's just a red herring. Because as the facilitator, you will take your invisible ink and you will write a note that says, "I believe this link is a red herring," and sign it as if you're Dr. D. So the students will gain the blacklight flashlight, but they'll be frustrated with you as the facilitator because the link about Mesopotamian mathematics was a red herring. The blacklight flashlight will be used on the cuneiform to identify the directional lock, so it is a useful clue. Next, the students will discover these two wheels. The two word wheels will be positioned side by side by the facilitator. The left wheel will obviously be on the left side, and the right wheel will be on the right side. The wheels can be used to make a combination of phrases, and one of the phrases that can be created is under scribes tables. So if the students look under their tables, see there was under scribes, and then on this right wheel it will say tables. So if they line up that phrase, then the students will know they should look under their tables. And when they look under their desks or tables, they will find a key, and the key will open the key lock, of course. So at this point, the students have taken off the key lock, the word lock, the number lock, and the directional lock. They're inside the box. Now the students will read this note that's left inside the breakout box. You can also leave some candy or goodies or homework passes or whatever you want to do to make it so it's more exciting when they break into the box. But ultimately, you want to leave this note. It's a congratulations from Dr. Drovic, and then halfway through the note, it switches back to his alternate personality, the Timekeeper. And the Timekeeper claims that this is not over. This work was just the beginning, and another ancient civilization will soon be altered by his actions, basically. So he's heading off to another civilization to continue to wreak havoc. So it sets up the next chapter of this game. I hope this was a clear explanation, and I hope you enjoy playing the Timekeeper Mesopotamia.